Why are we holding this event now? So take ourselves back 5 years to March 2020.
If you think about what the pandemic did, the anxiety was absolutely acute.
We didn't know the mortality rate, but the estimates were mortality of 1%.
Fake experts, conspiracy theories, fear-mongering about, the vaccine. Or my family members forwarded to me and asking me if this is real.
Everybody was so scared they were going to die from COVID.
In national security, we postulate all sorts of horrendous things are going to happen, but suddenly a horrendous thing was happening.
Everybody was saying this has hit us like a steam train when we're just working out how to cope.
We knew we didn't have the right PPE. It was an experience that was saturated with fear.
We can still point to many things that feel very much like the long tail of the pandemic.
I think there might still be a lack of social skills that undermines mental health and emotional regulation going forward in babies and toddlers who were born all very young during the pandemic. Children worried. They worried about their grandparents. They worried about their parents who had to go out to work. They worried about their friends.
It was making sure that those who are making the decisions get the right advice. And then vice versa, when we hear something that's happening scientifically, how do you frame that in a way for politicians, senior officials who have no scientific training? Those decisions are going to have profound impact, ultimately for millions of people.
Since the pandemic, misinformation is being normalized in a lot of ways. And do you worry about the next pandemic?
I think there are positive lessons to be learned from this horrible event, including, I think, a much greater respect for human vulnerability in a good way.
One of the good things that I saw during that time is how people from different disciplines actually got together and started listening to each other. So I think we should look back to the COVID times and think about the right things that we did and continue doing those right things.
We now know that, the public is prepared to understand what an R number is. People really did want to understand and want to know.
Whatever our experience, an NHS doctor, a child who didn't see other kids for 2 years, whatever it might be, we've all just collectively lived through the most traumatic cataclysm of our society in any of our lifetimes. And isn't it staggering how little as a society we are talking about that, let alone memorializing it?
Children are the message we send to a future that we won't see. They shouldn't be an afterthought.
In this moment of crisis, we were amazing and braver and more decent than I ever really knew my society to be. And I think we need to hold on to that because that's a beacon of light in dark times.